I want us to learn some more verbs. I want us to learn about a verb called, we said you put a hashtag sign before, called select. Now this select verb, what it does, maybe coming to your data here, the original data, you don't want to deal with everything that is in this data set. You want just maybe to know, maybe to understand the relationship between temperature and dissolved oxygen. So you can select only the columns that you want. Now selects the columns, and these are the columns. These are the columns: the longitude column, the month column, the transparency column. Let's say, for example, you want only to deal with the temperature and DO. You select DF3. Now, there's something we called a pipe operator. A pipe operator makes work easier, and it will prevent you from making these mistakes in the future. Now, a pipe function, what it does, it takes the data that you want. A pipe function, it looks like this. You press Shift, Control, and M. It gives you this. This is what it's called a pipe operator. What it means is that what you do on this side, which is on the left side, the DF1, you pass it over. Let's call it DF. You pass it over to the next side and do something with it. Let's take it an example of a water treatment plant. Who have been to a water treatment plant, I think they'll get this better. So let's say, for example, you get you get water from a river. You pass it through pipes into the station, the working station. Into the station, after you pass it to the station, you take it to, I think it was called a flocculant or flocculant to make flocks. Then after you've taken that water through a flock, you take it also through the filtering. You filter that water, you filtering, and maybe you chlorinate, and then finally you distribute that water, maybe send it wherever. So what this pipe operator means, river, and then to the station, and then to the flocculant, and then you filter, and then, so this pipe operator means, just simply means, and then, that's what it means. Now, what I want us to do, let's just put that into a hashtag so that it remains there. So let's take, we want a DF3. It's a data frame we want to form. So we say we want our DF, our original data is DF. What do you want to do to our data? Take our data, and then we want to select. What do you want to select? We want to select temperature and DO. That would be simpler. Run it. So let's view our DF3. It is just temperature and dissolved oxygen. We have selected or chosen only those. So this pipe operator means take that data frame and then let us select temperature and dissolved oxygen. We can say maybe you would like to choose station also. Station and something else. Let me see what else we can choose. And station month. Month. Let's run it. Good. You see, we have selected station, month, temperature, and dissolved oxygen. So this is another data set that we have created. Okay, these are data set that we have created. That's the function of select. Another thing we can do, that's one of the verbs. Another verb I want us to talk about is called filter. Filter. Now the first verb, which is selected a column. and it selected for us the station column, the month column, the temperature column, and the dissolved oxygen column. Let's say, for example, we want to know only the oxygen for 1 month. We want to know the oxygen for the month of May only. This, we want to see the dissolved oxygen, the temperature in the month of May, So you come here and say, let's call it our DF4. DF4. So we take our DF3, this is our DF3 here. And then using the pipe operator, and then let us filter. What do you want to, which column do you want to filter? You want to filter the column of month. Okay, say month. You say you put 2 is equal signs. 2 is equal signs. 2 is equal sign. Make sure you note of this. And then the month that you want, you have to put it into quotation marks. We want the month of May. Okay, let us run that. Let's view our DF4. See, we have just selected the month of May. Okay, the month of May. That's what filter does. So we've done with we've talked about the select function, which select a column and and the filter verb that select a variable within the columns. Okay. I don't know whether we should continue, say something. Let's say something else also. Let's talk about another verb called mutate. Now, the mutate verb is used to create another variable, another column. Let's say, for example, we have here station, month, temperature. So let's maybe want to know if there's maybe the ratio of temperature to dissolved oxygen. This will be very much insignificant, but I want us to do it. Now, when you want to mutate, is you want to create another variable. Let's say, for example, we want to get a ratio of oxygen to temperature. So using the mutate, so let's call it DF5, data frame 5, and say mutate. No, sorry. First we say our DF4, and then let's mutate it. And what is the new variable that you want to form? You want to form a variable called ratio, just a ratio, just something that this is not 2 equal signs, just 1 equal sign, and there are no quotation marks. We want to take DO, it is capital DO, divided by temperature. By temp. Let's see what happens. Let's view DF5. See, it has formed for us another variable called ratio. That's how you create another variable called ratio. Once you get used to R, you don't need to be going back to Excel to do some alterations. You'll do them right here in R, and it is very, very easy once you learn it. So we've done that. Now, maybe you want to, there's another verb also. Let's get to that verb called summarize. That verb called summarize. Now, summarize takes, for example, these same values when you group them according to a certain, and it gives you maybe the mean of that variable you've chosen, and maybe the sum and something like that. But let's not first go into summarize. That data is not appropriate for summarize. I'll show you later with summarize. Let me see. I think we we can be done with that for now. But I'd like you to know that there are how many verbs? There are, we have several verbs. Let me get them which you want them to know. The verbs we have, we said there is select, there is filter, there is mutate, there is summarize, there is group by, and arrange, yeah, rename, and rename. Now let's use the rename one, the last one, the rename function. Let's have our df6 here, data frame number 6. I want to rename. So let's go to our df5. Let's take our data frame 5, and then what do you want to do? You want to rename. What do you want to rename? Let's rename the ratio. df5, we said ratio. Instead of ratio, let's say it called proportion or something. Say you put the first one that you want to put there, proportion is equals to ratio. Then let's view df6. Let's see what it looks like. See, we have changed it. We have renamed it to proportion from ratio. So, so the one that you have not used is this one, group by and summarize. Now, let's use group by. Let's go to df7. Let's put df7. Now I want us to take the original data, which is df. This is the original data. I want us to group our data according to months. So instead of having the months for the first station, we just have one month. Just May is one row, June another row, July another row. We want to group this data according to months. Now let's come here and say group. Now first we take our data is df, the first original data, and then what do we want to do? We want to group our data, group by, what do you want to group by? By month. By month. You've grouped. Then after you've grouped by month, let us also do something else, and then you've grouped by month, and then let us summarize our data, maybe our temperature, and say temperature is equals to mean temperature, the mean of temperature. Those things, they just provide themselves just as they are. Then let's view our df7. See, we have average temperatures for the months. So you can see here we have May. The temperature of month May is it was 27 degrees, of June was 26, July 25, August 25, September 27, and October 25. So it has summarized for you what was the mean temperature over the months. And this one you can be able to plot it very well. You see, R helps you create some forms of substructures of data. What else have we not used? I think we have used any of this. As you can see, I've written so much of this code. I've repeated, but I don't have to repeat it because this pipe operator helps me do that. Let's create one data frame, final data frame containing everything. Let's just call it data frame 8. Okay. Now, the first we did was to select. So take our data frame, our df, and then let's select, what did we select? Let us select station, month, and dissolved oxygen. Select station, month, DO, temperature. Okay. After we've selected them, and then let us filter. We want to get only the month of May. So instead of forming another data frame, as we form, say filter month is equals to, so let's put this down here. Month is equals to, you said you put 2 is equal sign. Month is equals to, let's choose the month of June. Let's take June. We've selected June. And then what else did we do? We did mutate, let's say, and then let us create a variable called ratio, mutate. And what we said, ratio is equals to DO over temperature. Okay, and then let us rename our ratio, our proportion. We call it proportion. We start with what you want to call it. Proportion is equals to ratio. Let's see if that code works. It does not work. Something is wrong. Oh, month. This thing is case sensitive, so you must make sure you've written the way it is. Okay, let's view our df8. View df8. So as you can see, we have done all these steps from step number 3 to step number 6 in one code using the pipe operator. This says, as I have just told you, it just says, and then take this data frame and select this station, and then you want the month of June, and then let us mutate. We want another variable called ratio, but then we say, no, we don't call it ratio. Let's rename it to proportion. And that's what we have done. Let's see the data frame that we formed. Okay. Now let's come back and say we want to select 2 months, another month. Let's put maybe June and September. So you put let's put C, then into brackets. Now this C means concatenation, whatever is inside that box. So the month that you want are, number 1, June. You have to put it into brackets, June, and September. September. So you have chosen 2 months. Now. Let's do that. Let's see how our data. We have chosen 2 months. We have the month of June and the month of September. Now let us just select maybe the temperature only, or maybe the proportion. Let's add here the summarize. I want us to use all the functions. Summarize. We want our proportion to be equal to the sum. No, sorry. Let's go back a little bit. Let's first group by months. Let's group by month. Group by month. And then let us summarize it. Proportion is equals to the sum of the proportion. So what we've just done, we've just taken this proportion for just add them for the month of June and the month of September. You can find the mean according to what your calculation should say. Then it gives us the month of June, the proportion. So it goes on simplifying your data the way you want to wrangle. This is called data wrangling. The way you want your data to look like, the way you want your data to appear, use these verbs. I don't want to tire you much more with more. I would like you to go and maybe try to practice with that, and maybe I'll send you some data so that you can try to wrangle it, try to select, try to filter, try to rename, try to mutate, group by, summarize, and all those. And then from there, next time we can do something else. I think that's what I wanted to do today. So today we have covered pivot longer, which we've said is gathering, pivot wider, which you've said it is spreading, and we did it in the first step. And then you've taken these verbs. And these verbs are found in the package called dplyr package. Called dplyr package. Sorry, dplyr. Dplyr package. That is the name of the package. And I think I'm done. I'm done now. Maybe we'll do some more tests later. So anybody? Are we all together? We left?
We are together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you get that?
Yes, I got. So I thought that maybe you could tell us the problem with our graphs last week, because all of them were the same and the temperatures were too high.
Yeah, the temperatures were too high. What we should get is we should get is the mean temperature, not the temperature as it is. The only thing that can give you the temperature as it's supposed to be, the mean temperature, is the box plot. But the bar graph takes the data as it is, and therefore you have to use some of these what do you call them? These verbs to wrangle your data so that you get the mean of your data. So you can group them by months, and then you yeah, but I want now next time to teach you a summarizing tool that summarizes that for you. It gives you now the, I don't know how many minutes we have. I can just write that code. It's very simple here. Now what we did, we pivoted longer in our data frame one. Let me see how our data frame one looks like. Yeah. So there is a function that we can use here.
This data is different from the one.
Yeah.
And you've got a temperature, the previous.
Yeah, this is the second, not the original data, the data that we pivoted longer. I would like us to use this data to do some measurement, some what do you call it? Some summaries. So what to do, we have a package. I don't think you have it. That package it's called library. What's happening? It's called R miscellaneous, Rmisc. This one, R miscellaneous R. So this package, this package is a statistical package. It helps you to summarize some of this data, and I want us to summarize. Now, what to do, we want to summarize that data. Let us create our data number 9, df9. I'll show you this function. Maybe we'll do it more next week. It's called, it says summary. It gives you summarySE, this one. So number one, it tells you what it asks you where the data is. You put the data here. Our data is df1. And then the measurement that you want to use, the measurement value that you want to use is the measurement. The measurement is this one. as you can see from, let's cancel this data. This our measurement one, this is the measurement I'm talking about. This is the variable that you want the summary of. Okay, measurement, comma, and then the group variables. What are the variables that are grouping your data? Put C into concatenation, into brackets, then write the variables. The first variable is month, into quotation marks is month. Those are the variables you are grouping your data in with. Let's put this down here so that you may see it properly. And the other one is station. We want to group our data according to the meaning of our data according to station. Okay, let us run this package and see what happens. So let's view df9. You see what it has given this measurement. This is the measurement here is the mean. This is the mean. This is standard deviation. This is standard error, and just forget about this. But this is the summary that it gives you for every month and according to station. In the month of May, the station and the station. Month of May, the first station. Month of it gives you the number of variables. There were 6 variables. Okay, so with this one, now you can be able to, this being your data, you can be able now to visualize your measurements according to the way you'd want them. So I wanted us to deal with this next week, not now. I don't want to tell, but now because it has come up, just learn this.